Alright, so I figured I'd show you guys the colors that I'm using for the sides of the Chucky guitar. These are all colors that are used in his undershirt. We have pink, which is a, what is this? TS25. We have a white, which is TS26, it looks like. TS26, pure white. Light blue, this is French blue, TS10. The dark blue, TS93, pure blue. We have a red, and that is TS49, bright red. We have TS81, which is royal light gray, and then this is park green, TS35. So I'm gonna start with the pure white. That's gonna be the base, and then I'm going to use some masking tape. This is 3M. This, I believe, this is an 18 millimeter. Then we're gonna go over with, we're gonna mask like all the stitch work. This is 2 millimeter masking tape. So yeah, we're gonna start with the white base, and then we're gonna mask everything off, get everything, you know, spaced out correctly. And I'll probably show a video of how I'm gonna be doing that. But yeah, these are the colors. Very colorful, very playful. I'm gonna get to painting. Flat white primer. But at least it'll be covered, you know? I think that's good for now. We'll let that dry. I ended up just using the plain white primer as the base coat of white. I just didn't really see too much of a point in putting white lacquer over an already white base. The majority of this is going to be covered in colors anyway, so all you're really going to be seeing is the white stripes and the stitching. But here, this is all sped up at 100%. It took me over an hour to do all this spacing out with the tape, but I'm taking the 18 millimeter tape and I'm butting up the edges. Nothing is overlapping, it is right on top of each other, and this is going to be the spacing for the color bands. Then I labeled each strip of tape with a corresponding letter. We got lowercase g for gray, capital B for dark blue, LB for light blue, red, pink, uppercase G for green, you know, so on and so forth. This way I'm sort of planning out which color is going to go where, and then I end up removing that strip of tape for the corresponding, you know, color that I'm going to spray. I believe this was before I sprayed the red color, or blue, I can't tell. I didn't get any footage of the red, I just was so excited to just get to it. This was the blue after the tape was removed and after I taped off the stitch work. Here we have green, and I pretty much show every color from here on out, but it's the same process. I would remove the strip of tape for the color that I'm going to be spraying, and then I would tape off the stitch work with the 2 millimeter tape. And for that, what I did was I butted up a strip next to the edge of the 18 millimeter tape just to have a little strip of color, and then I would put the actual strip of 2 millimeter tape right next to that, just kind of like spacing it out. And I did that for both sides within that strip of color. I hope that makes sense. I think when you're looking at it, you kind of understand what I mean. And here's the gray. Each color I did 3 coats. That pretty much used up the whole can. And then this was pink. I ended on pink, and that was the final color. So here I'm pretty excited. This is the reveal of the entire sides, pretty much. And this was very fun. This was very fun to see everything finally next to each other, because during the whole thing, everything was masked off. So this was the first time that I get to see like what it actually looks like, and it really came together. It's exactly how I envisioned, if not better. But yeah, to see it actually exist is so cool. So then we are scraping the binding, which was one of the final steps on the sides. If you haven't scraped binding before, it is pretty tedious and definitely makes a mess. You get scrapings all over the place. So I was trying very hard to just keep everything, clean. And for this, what I did was, and typically how I like scraping binding, so I don't have any slippage or anything, I take a razor blade and a clothespin, and that sets the depth of how deep I want it to cut into the binding. And then I have a C-clamp that's clamped down onto the clothespin, and it gives me something to hang on to a little bit better, and it keeps anything like the blade from moving around at all. So this way everything is consistent. But we did the top and bottom of the entire sides, and after this we move on to clear coat. Here is the sides with probably about 2 coats of clear afterwards. I just wanted to keep it on there, something to seal it in before I start moving on to the top and back of the guitar body, because I do end up taping this off. I just figured that would protect it. I don't want to be peeling any paint. But on to the top and back. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.